Why do you work out? Why do I work out? I like to tell myself that it's because I'm fit, because I like health, I prioritize my health, and I'm disciplined about being healthy. That's true, but I don't think that it encompasses everything about why I work out, and it might not for you either. Here's my recent experience. I literally just got back from a run. I was feeling very overwhelmed with my day, and I wanted to go to the gym, but then my plan for the gym fell through. But I knew that I just couldn't come back home and just work. I needed to do something else. Maybe you can relate to that, where your mind is just going so crazy, you're all stressed out, all this energy is building up inside, it feels like it's gonna burst, and you just know that you need to get outside. I have that feeling quite a bit. I've used running as a form of therapy, not even running, working out as a form of therapy for a long time. And in this experience where I was just running, I had a visceral realization that a huge part of the reason that I work out is because I'm angry. Not only am I angry, but I have a lot of pain inside that I need to work through. And for me, exercise is how I maybe not even work through. That's a question that you need to answer for yourself, and I need to answer for myself, is working out actually processing these emotions and the things that I'm struggling with? It's certainly a relief. I feel a lot better right now than I did before I went for the run. And it helps clarify my mind and get me grounded and focused and exhausted in a good way. But is it actually processing that pain? Is it processing that anger? Or is it just delaying it? I don't know. I really don't know. That's something I need to think about after this experience. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and shit on working out and say that you shouldn't work out. It's one of the foundations of my life that I could never give up. But I hope this video acts maybe as a reflection for you. It's easy to say that we're not messed up. I've said for a long time that, yeah, even despite my crazy ass childhood and messed up relationships with certain family members, I turned out fine. I turned out normal. And maybe there's some stuff underneath the surface that needs to be worked out, but it's not a huge deal. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's easy to do that. And I'm drawn to doing that because I don't like admitting that my problems are big. I have this tendency to minimize my own problems because they might not seem as big as someone else's, or I don't believe it's that important, that I feel like it's weak maybe to acknowledge that I struggle with certain things. And I'm learning to not do that. I'm learning to realize that my problems are significant to me at the very least, and they deserve attention, and they justify feeling sad about, feeling angry about, having all these negative emotions about. And bringing it back to working out, I don't think it's a long-term solution to work out and expect that that's going to process or solve these underlying issues. I think you can become a very fit, extremely healthy individual on the outside that still has a lot of shit underneath that you haven't worked through. I think there's a reason that UFC fighters are generally angry individuals. If you look at a UFC fighter, they're not necessarily always the happiest, or at least under the surface, you can kind of tell they got some anger issues. They wouldn't be fighting if they didn't have some anger issues underneath. And so that's proof right there that you can be a really fit person and never really work through your issues. Your fitness can act as a vehicle through which to express the anger and the rage, but it's never going to get rid of it. So what will get rid of it? Therapy, psychedelics maybe, good conversations with good people, having friends and family that are willing to tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. That's something I've really been valuing recently. And overall, just giving the time to reflect on yourself, I think, and really be intentional about understanding yourself. Yeah. And again, I think allowing yourself to feel that your problems are important. Going back to my own experience where I have a tendency to just shrug off things that might be wrong in my life because I feel like they're not important enough, I think that actually comes down to self-worth and not valuing myself as highly as I might value others. If I believe that my problems aren't big enough, that means that I am not important enough to justify prioritizing solving these problems or accepting that my pain is legitimate. So I think it also comes down to self-worth and accepting that you are worthy of paying attention to, of prioritizing. Yeah. And that's something I'm definitely still working on for myself. And I absolutely want to keep working out, being fit, being healthy. That's a cornerstone of my life, but it would be nice to not have it stem from internal rage and anger and pain. I would like to work out because I love working out rather than trying to run away from something inside that I'm obviously never going to escape. That's my goal. Let me know what your goals are. If anyone else struggles with this feeling of anger fueling fitness, I guess. Let me down in the comments. Hit me up. Tell me what you know. And thanks for watching. This was an experimental video where I just felt this and I knew that I needed to sit down and talk about it, at least to myself. So if this ends up on YouTube, cool. If this is just on my camera roll, cool. Hello, future Ryan, that maybe will watch this at some point. And hello, future viewer, if it's on YouTube. Mahalo for watching. Subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff. You know what it is. I'll put a video here or something, maybe not. Yeah. Shoots.